The true measure of popularity in politics is winning an election. I am sure you saw 6 members of parliament being sworn in last month and the senator being sworn in. I am also sure that you know that none of those people came from the opposition. So, this popularity you're talking about, what popularity that does not translate into votes at the ballot? You know, I've heard people saying, oh, you know, there was no fairness in the election. Where have you heard in this country, when did you hear anybody accepting that they lost an election fairly? There will be nowhere. Elections were rigged according to losers since time immemorial. Even in 2027, the people who will lose will say that the elections were rigged. There's no one time anybody will say, okay, I lost fairly. And therefore, they can say and sing that they lost unfairly, or there was no fairness in it. How is there no fairness? Yet we say that every election ends at the polling station. How? I would want these people to tell me how an election is rigged. And so, when Rigathi Gachagua tells us that this election was rigged, so he's saying that he's agreeing with the opponents of ODM in 2002, in 2022, that the election was rigged. So he rigged the elections of 2002. Is that what he's saying? Because you see, it is good for these people to come clear. You see, because it cannot be that when you're on this side, then the fairness is only when you win. You know, I mean, but anyway, what else would you expect the opposition people to say? You expect the opposition people to say that it was rigged. They need to save face. Otherwise, this is politics, and you need to live to fight another day. So I hold no grudges for them saying that it was rigged, but deep down they know that the true measure of their popularity was the ballot, and they lost. You know, there will be a president in 2027, 2028, going forward. Kenya will have a president. Whether 2 people go to vote, whether 15 people go to vote, whoever votes, there will be a candidate. But I want you to tell me, in this current political architecture, I want you to tell me one candidate, one, because there will be only one. I mean, and presidency is fought by an individual, and they're running it. Tell me this one candidate. Tell me one who can even come close in the current political architecture, who has the political acumen, who has the political popularity, who has show of a record of work that he has done, who can match the political acumen of and the political popularity of William Ruto. Sincerely, when I look around, I see none. And that is why, for me, there will be no obstacle to William Ruto's re-election. This other, stories that are told, or disunited opposition, or I don't know what, all those people put together cannot put a formidable opposition against William Ruto. It is getting your local primary school to produce a person to fight. To fight it out with Mike Tyson. It is getting. It is embarrassing your people by bringing a footballer to fight against Messi. I mean, it's just not possible. Whoever it is that is picked, I mean, if they produce only one candidate. And I know the most unfortunate thing is that they won't. The opposition, I will tell you, take this to the bank. There will be more than one presidential candidates in this country. Take it to the bank. These things you're hearing of united opposition, disunited opposition, is a facade. Those people cannot agree. You have seen the embarrassment they have caused themselves in the streets. Or one comes and says, oh, we have agreed about Nairobi, we shall only field, only this party shall. They can't. They cannot. Just look at what happened in the last by-elections. they scampered, they scrabbled for electoral positions, and they lost to government. And that is the same script that is going to play in 2027. Take it from me and nobody else. Game is planned according to your opponent. So the game for 2027 is yet to be planned because the lines are not yet drawn. We don't know whether the current president is going to go against Kalonzo, Matiang'i, Wetangula. No, not Wetangula, I mean Matiang'i, Kalonzo, Wamalwa. These are the man, Rigathi. We don't know. When we know, then we shall plan accordingly, because all those will be different opponents. You had you saw the president yesterday for the first time announced to build, advertised for building of the Sekuru Road. So supposing such a candidate is picked, you do not even need to fight. He cannot even deliver his own constituency where he comes from, even his ward, because for 37, 38 years you've been a leader, you've not been able to deliver a road to your own place. Now, how will you deliver anything to anybody else? So, I would say the government's plan to lure or to woo voters from Mount Kenya or from anywhere, any other place, or its plan for 2027, is yet to be hatched, because we do not even know who we are going against. So when that time comes, we shall work according to the opponent. You know, I've had mudslinging and maligning and stories from I don't know, IMF, I don't know, World Bank, about fixing of the Kenya shillings against the dollar. First of all, I would say this: if William Ruto and his government have been able to fix the dollar against the shilling, to create stability for our economy and for our business people and for our banks and for our farmers who are importing fertilizer and all those other things, and generally for the country's economy, that you can go and do a tender knowing that you will supply the same goods you've been asked for the same exchange rate that was there 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Whether it is being fixed or not being fixed, that is what we need. So we want to go and say, okay, we want a very volatile shilling, so that we show that now the economy, and you need to know, these funds, the IMF, the World Bank, and all these other funds, are not there for the interest of the Kenyan. They're not there for the interest of the African. They're there to serve the interests of their owners, who are the white people, the Western countries, America and the Europeans and all those people. And therefore, for me, I will not even defend whether there is fixing or not. But the people who are doing business, the people who are economists, will tell you it is near impossible to fix the dollar against the shilling. It is near impossible to fix the exchange rate of a shilling, like the Kenyan shilling, against a giant like the USD, without attendant consequences. And therefore, you will hear a lot of noises. Let me tell you, the indices that are supposed to show you that the dollar is stable against the Kenyan shilling is, first of all, the prices of food. It's secondly, inflation. This government has been able to curb inflation to a low of 3.9. It is volatilities that come associated with power and energy. And all these things, if you look at them, they're actually stable. We have stability. These volatilities have been curbed. They have been nipped in the bud. And therefore, forget the naysayers. They will always be there. They will talk about this, talk about the other. But the fact is, we have a stable Kenya shilling, and it is good for the economy.